What's up, guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of the King's Corner, where today we are talking about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It's the only film we're talking about in today's episode, but man, it is a massive one. Don't worry, no spoilers will be given away in this video. This is the sequel to the 2018 critically acclaimed film that fans also loved, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which went on to win the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature Film. Now we have Across the Spider-Verse. This is originally titled Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, saying that this would be a two-part story, and then Beyond the Spider-Verse is now what the third film is going to be called. So there has been a lot of hype and buzz for this movie. As soon as the first screenings came out, you read things that say this is one of the best comic book movies of all time. It's one of the best sequels ever made. You know, this is one of the biggest animated films in terms of length. I mean, it's one of the longest animated films ever made, coming in like 2 hours and 20 minutes with end credits. Without credits, it's like 212, 213, something like that. So it's a long movie. It's a beefy movie. And look, let's not beat around the bush here. I loved this movie. I think this movie is incredible. I think this movie is fantastic, and I think that a lot of the reactions to it are not just people fanboying out or just are a little too hyped over it. I think it's all pretty much legit. Do I think this is one of the best superhero movies ever made? Maybe top 20. Maybe top 20. It takes everything you love about that first movie, but it adds to it. It gives you so much more depth. It gives you so much more character. The screenplay to this is it's unbelievable. I mean, all the thought that went into this damn movie and the script. I mean, this is one of the most smart, slick screenplays that I've seen in a very long time. I mean, this is such a well-written movie with well-rounded characters. This is not just a sequel like a Cars 2 or an animated sequel that you watch and it's just like, okay, like Lego Movie 2, it's like, oh, it's all right, but I mean, it's nothing like the first one, which had hard humor and all that. This movie has that, probably times five. This movie takes everything you loved about that first one, and it gives so much more depth, so much more character. This is totally Miles Morales' film. He continues to grow as a character throughout this movie. He's pushed to make decisions throughout it. The character of Gwen is, so much more evolved in this movie than she was in the first one. The first one, she was just a very likable, cool character. And this, you actually care about that character. Um, and I loved everything that was done with that character, and I can't wait to see what happens in the next movie with all of these characters. You have Spider-Man 2099, voiced by Oscar Isaac. No spoilers, but he is sort of someone that is kind of important in the world of the Spider-Verse. And, he's the sort of head honcho, if you will, that sort of is the boss, and he's the president and makes all the calls. That's basically what I'll say about that. And this is a character that is like a really good person, but at the same time, he's had his past, he's made his choices, he's at where he's at now for a reason, and his motivations and everything he's got going on. You watch this guy and like this just feels like a tough badass, really. I mean, he is a tough guy, and Oscar Isaac does a fantastic job. The animation for him is also fantastic. The animation in this whole entire movie. I mean, this is one of the most vibrantly animated movies that I've ever seen. I mean, if you loved the animation style in the first movie, again, it takes that and it goes about times five. Uh, but it's not like overdone and it's not like over animated. I just think I mean, they put so much damn work into this. I mean, you could tell. I mean, the passion is just oozing off the screen, and I loved it. I thought this animation, I thought the score was incredible. The theme from the first movie is carried on into this with a lot more great score in this movie. The voice acting all around is terrific. These characters are so well realized. The action, I mean, it's almost like you forget you're watching an animated movie. That's how good the action in this film is. I mean, you forget the medium you're watching. You're just watching film. You're just watching artistry. And I mean, it was really spectacular. I can't wait to see the next one. I don't know if they made it back to back. I think that's scheduled to come out next March or something like that, next April. Not entirely sure, but regardless, not sure if they did that back to back or not. Maybe they recorded it back to back. I really don't know. But you can tell with this, I mean, there was a plan. I mean, they are staked out, and they are setting up the pieces to this finale in the next movie. Now, look, can I say this is one of the best superhero comic book movies of all time? No, I cannot, because there's a lot set up in this movie. This is, quite frankly, left at a cliffhanger and not answered. Is that a problem? Not really, because this is like a part one of two. At the same time, you see a couple things and you're like, well, I hope that they answer that. If they don't, well, we'll see. So I can't say it is one of the best comic movies. If this sticks the landing, then absolutely. This is going to be the Empire Strikes Back of Spider-Man movies. That's how good this is. Everything that they're able to add in from, to respect what's happened in the past of the Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man franchise as a whole, the way that they're able to take everything and just like pay homage to it, and at the same time push this story forward. I mean, it was terrific. It was terrific. You have a new character in it called Spot. You see him in the trailer. He's like a white and black polka dot man. He's like Zebra Man, and he's a character I'm not going to get into spoilers on, but he's very visually appealing. And there's some sequences with him that are uh, wonderful to look at, really wonderful to look at. So his character, I'm excited to see where all that goes, what happens. This is very much like a Hobbit Desolation of Smaug type ending. This is like a Pirate's Dead Man's Chest type ending. This is a part two. This is a Lord of the Rings Two Towers type ending. This is an Empire Strikes Back type ending, to where you can tell that, okay, your problems are going to get resolved in the next movie. But it's not just like you're throwing us a bunch of like setup. You also get a lot in this film that like sort of pays off throughout the movie, and his character choices. Like Miles grows as a character within this film. I mean, there's arcs within the movie. So I mean, the giant arc is the trilogy, but this movie has arcs within the arc. So, is it a little too long though? Yes, I say this could probably be cut maybe 10 minutes. I mean, I would see it be like a little over 2 hours without any end credits, maybe 2:10 with credits. It is maybe 10 minutes too long. There are certain scenes that happen in the movie, one or two particularly in the first hour of the movie, that you see and you go, okay, didn't really go anywhere. But I think this is set up to information we get later on and something we're going to see play out in the next film. So, I mean, only one scene really felt like setup to me, and like all this is happening to set up something that's going to happen later. The rest of the film sure might do that occasionally, but there's also a lot of character development and emotion wrapped into those kind of scenes. So in the end of the day, I don't think this is a perfect film. It is a little too long. Other than that, I mean, obviously you're going to have questions. It's meant to be, it's designed to be that way. This is, even though it is a little too long though, it doesn't drag. Like, it is extremely entertaining, but I mean, after watching it, looking at it as a whole, you say, yeah, Could have been cut maybe 10 minutes, but I love what they did here. Cannot wait to see the continuation and the finale of this trilogy. I love these characters. I love the progression of them. I love the writing, and this is high quality cinema. This is animation at its best, and this pushes the medium of animation in more of a mature direction. And this is just like what this is a great animated film. Other than it being a little too long, this is a terrific animated film, and it's a great sequel. And this is a 4.5 out of 5-star movie for me. I loved it. Can't wait to see it again. And as of right now, this is my favorite movie of 2023 so far. And there's been some great films, but this one just has the most, I would say, the most great, the most excellence. So that's where I'm at with that. Guys, comment down below. Do you plan on seeing Across the Spider-Verse? Did you see it already? What are your thoughts? Who's your favorite character in the film? Leave that down below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We do the weekly live shows where we talk about all sorts of stuff. We play some Kingdom Hearts, maybe some Fortnite, some Kingdom Hearts Proud Level 1, if you know what that is. If you don't know what that is, hey, come on over, check it out. Super hard mode that I'm kind of speed running at the same time, kind of not speed running. I play it very casually. It's very casual speed run, if that makes sense. So if you're interested, come on over, check that out. We give away a lot of digital copy codes. This past week's new release was Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. This is a 4K Blu-ray Steelbook. Movie came out a couple months ago. Very good film, very entertaining. And is it a little basic? Yes. Is it kind of, your kind of cliched adventure? Yes, but it has heart, it has soul, and it has humor. And it's a great 4K disc as well. Great picture, great sound. So that's what we do. Also, follow me on Twitter, RyanKing72, and on Instagram and TikTok at KingArises131. That's it for me. Thank you so much for watching this episode of The King's Corner, my review for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And until next time, over and out.